Okay, so after this big fight, well, she's still hurting. And I still don't have anything to give Talia. Oh, my bad equipment. For her armor. Yeah, so I don't have I have a stimulant pack for cooldown reduction, but not what I'm looking for. Alright, well, whatever. So we searched this place, and now we're heading to Hot Labs, Tram, oh no, all those areas. Open it up. So where is this? Is it taking me to the tram station that I was before? Okay, yeah, so this was closed before. Now it's open. So, oh, I can't go to this place, to the elevator. I can go to the Hot Labs though. Are we supposed to go to the Hot Labs to clear out location assignments? Where is the mission that the Arachnai Queen gave it to me, right? I'm supposed to kill all her. You dealt with the matriarch, but there's still the issue of the Arachnai in the Hot Labs, yeah. Because her children have gone insane, right? They haven't been treated or whatever. We're gonna head into the Hot Labs. And we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna purge them. All the bad kids that she has. Oh, loading screen. Well, whatever. Because she made them on the matriarch, but the Arachnai Queen, she told us that, hey, there's just a dude here. Hello, dude. Yaroslav Tartos.
Are you here to secure the situation?
Are you alright?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
Did you let them loose?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Arachnai ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
That egg was ancient?
A 1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries. This is miraculous.
I'm not sure I would qualify this as a miracle.
Binary Helix planned to clone Arachnai. Mass produce
as
them,
you
create
do.
an army.
Didn't work
But
out.
when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Arachnai. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
What about a male?
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying the genetic code of their fathers. Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone.
Okay, wow, that's...
Queens can lay eggs in hours and have a colony in days. This is how they spread so quickly.
The Arachnai aren't obedient.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
Yeah, it drove them mad.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Arachnai do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Arachnai are uncontrollable.
We can save them?
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry,
Yeah,
but
we
this
know
will
that.
not work. These Arachnai are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
So yeah, but she can have more eggs. So the reason why they fought in the war, right, the Arachnai wars, was because something, something was affecting them, mind controlling them. I'm thinking it was Saren, because we know that his ship, whatever it's called, what the hell is this? The Valorant skin as well, right? The whatever, the big ship of his, he can mind control people as he did with the matriarch, right? So what is a neutron purge?
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation.
We've done this before, right? In the
Kills
small thing.
everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
Give us a minute.
Once the purge is armed, we'll have to fight our way out. Give us a minute to patch up and rearm.
Sure. I wait here. I am not so much good for searching now, yes? Mother always say I would meet a bad end.
Talk to
I
him
am
again.
feeling not so well.
What does the purge do?
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
Oh yeah.
It
well,
creates bursts of neutron
Just tell me how.
radiation.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct.
Oh, he's dead. There's a Rachni just killed him. The maddened Rachni. Overheating is fine as long as you got him. Yep. Put your guns away. Obtain purge cores from his body. Alright. No. The hot labs have a self-destruct mechanism called a neutron purge. This would eliminate all of the creatures that have overrun the laboratory. What the hell am I saying? The laboratory. You have the codes you need to activate the neutron purge controls. All that's left to do is order Mia to begin the countdown. So where is Mia then? And can I leave this room? Purge controls. Okay, yeah. So wait, can I look at the hot labs? What's going on here? So I don't see any Rachni. Just a bunch of tubes. So they found the egg. Oh my god. They found one egg. That was a queen, not a normal Rachni. So the queen they sent away so they could try to train the kids or something, make an army. Well, that did not work, and now the kids are all gone mad and must be dealt with, which is what I'm doing right now. Open up. And if I don't do this, they'll just kill everyone because the biological threat or whatever will not have been eliminated. And
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
investigate. Rachni.
How many Rachni are in here?
I'm sorry, the sensor network is too damaged to provide an accurate count.
Estimate.
Give me your best guess.
Guessing is beyond my design parameters, Commander.
Good. What is situation report?
What's the status of the facility?
Containment breach in Laboratory Pod Gamma. The neutron purge system is functional, but has not been armed.
Well, initiate.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
I have the code.
Code input 875-020-079. Code Omega. Local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
What? The hot lab. Senior budget, they run up to the elevator. Okay. Don't mess with them. Just go. Just go. Goodbye.
All clear.
Boom. You just neutron purge this entire place. Okay, so that was fun. Kinda short. I really thought it would be a mission where I had to find each and every, thing. Okay, what's in the journal now? Matriarch Benezia is dead. She gives the location of the Moo relay. Okay. Mission complete. Defeated the matriarch and eliminated the Rachni in the hot labs. Depart Rift Station via the passenger tram that you arrived in. Okay, well, before I do that, let's actually head up and talk to the people up there. I want to see what's going on with the scientists. I'm sure it's not like a required thing to do. But I am interested. Oh, actually, can I? Isn't this like sealed? Yeah, I can't go back. Okay, well. Can I? Let me just press E and have a look. But this is how I go back. Yeah, ventilation room to the scientist barracks, quarantine lab. And then up here is the mess hall. But I can't go there right now. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll just have a look at the other controls up there. And then if not, we're done with this place. Matriarch Benezia is dead. She's given us... She was under mind control. So you don't go onto his ship. Or if you do, be ready to fight some mind control tech. My guns look super cool, by the way. And over here, both are red. So Let me just check. Can I go here? It just goes pew, pew, pew. And this is just all destroyed, right? Hot labs not accessible. Yeah, well, I just blew them up, so that makes sense. Okay, let's head back to the passenger tram and get out of here. Yes. So we dealt with all her wayward children who had not been sung to, not trained or driven mad or whatever. To Central Station we go. In this incredibly slow tram. I really sincerely hope it actually moves faster, right? Like obviously we just cutscene and we just, you know, loading screen out of there, but like, you know, realistically this should move a lot faster. Like the real life trams move faster. Like I believe in Las Vegas, I'd gone on a tram. Oh, council?
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu relay?
Not so fast.
The Mu relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander's right. We can't rush off blind. We need more to go on.
What about Liara Tassoni? The matriarch's daughter. Isn't she some kind of expert on the Protheans?
I think that's where I
Yeah,
should
right.
go next.
Her mother was working for Saren. I bet she is too.
It's possible.
Benezia
No.
helped us in the end.
Yeah.
Maybe Liara will too. At the very least, we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster to find her.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
Calm down.
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
It's okay.
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew, dismissed.
That's a one chat
Ovarian
is
report
open.
is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Yes.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then release the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
They won't.
This queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right, Shepard. My children's children will pay the price if you're not.
I'm
We'll be
right.
waiting for your next report, Commander.
That's it? 2 Paragon points. Oh yeah, how is my Paragon doing? Oh, it's getting there. It's almost like, I believe this is halfway. Renegade, you know, it's good. It's still low. This is gonna get all the way, I think. I'm wondering when I get my last 2 points of charm. Also, I'm almost finished with this. Master Unity. What am I gonna do next, you might ask? Assault rifles. Max this out. Next, probably assault training. Melee damage. The weapon damage, yeah. 9% though. Meh. First aid restores more health. That is pretty good. And fitness is just health. Oh, actually, I should go soldier gives me regen. Okay, there you go. We will want that next after we finish with assault rifles. Head out. Let's talk to Navigator, Presley.
Yes, Commander?
Nothing.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wait. Point defense systems. Codex. Weapons Guardian. Oh yeah, a ship's general area defense integration anti-spacecraft network Guardian consists of anti-missile, anti-fighter laser turrets on the exterior hull. Because these are under computer control, the gunnery control officer needs to do little beyond turn the system on and designate targets as hostile. Since lasers move at light speed, they cannot be dodged by anything moving at non-relativistic speeds. Unless the beam is aimed poorly, it will always hit its target. In the early stages of a battle, the Guardian fire is 100% accurate. It is not 100% lethal, but it doesn't have to be. Damaged fighters must break off for repairs. Lasers are limited by diffraction. The beam spreads out, decreasing the energy density watts per meter square the weapon can place on a target. Any high-powered laser is a short-range weapon. Guardian networks have another limitation: heat. Weapons-grade lasers require cooldown time, during which heat is transferred to sinks or radiators. As lasers fire, heat builds within them, reducing damage, range, and accuracy. Fighters attack in swarms. The first few will be hit by Guardian, but as battle continues, the effects of laser overheat allow the attackers to press ever closer to the ship. Constant use will burn out a laser. Guardian lasers typically operate in infrared frequencies. Shorter frequencies would offer superior stopping power and range, but degradation of focal arrays and mirrors would make them expensive to maintain, and most prefer mechanical reliability over bleeding edge performance, where lives are concerned. Salarians, however, use near ultraviolet frequency lasers with 6 times the range, believing that having additional time to shoot down incoming missiles is more important. Lasers are not blocked by the kinetic barriers of capital ships. However, the range of lasers limit their use to the rare knife fights. Knife fight range ship-to-ship combat. Okay. So it does happen though. Like two juggernaut. What are they called? I can check, dude. That's why this is so cool. I can just go, hey, give me ships, dreadnoughts. Yeah, like two dreadnoughts just laser fighting each other. I guess knife fighting is what it's called. Anything else I can see on this thing? No? Oh, what's over here? This probably just goes downstairs, right? Is there anything down on the ship? Is it just an empty... Where does this go? Up, it's upstairs. Oh yeah, we got Cade in here. Oh, I can't skip this.
Anything you need, Commander?
Looking for personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Speak your mind.
Malenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for a lost mass relay to who knows where, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander.
Yeah.
There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
I hear you.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming.
It's you know, whatever.
Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
That's alright.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
You doubt it was accidental?
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics. A little after the discovery of the Martian ruins.
Okay, this is before
it only
the...
gets iffy around 63 when kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. Bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
What is Jump Zero?
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system.
In case something goes wrong.
It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
What about friends?
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Time to talk then?
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell.
Someone has a crush?
Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Did you love her?
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Okay.
There were other kids in the same
There's
boat.
another option I want to ask.
We didn't have much to do, though. It was
Time to get physical then.
And kinetics kept Jump Zero.
Oh, that's... Oh, wow. Okay.
To prevent leaks.
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing, Commander.
Okay, he's a
Not
good
likely,
boy.
anyway.
Good guy, good guy.
There was a girl I spent a lot of time with.
Rana.
We kept her
Maybe we'll
close.
meet her.
Rana. She was from Turkey.
Yeah.
I think you'd have liked her.
Intentional exposures.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Okay. Sounds rough. Go on.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
I just asked, by the way.
The Grand Gateway to Humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
You can talk to me.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
That's good. Alright, Codex. Technology.
Biotics is element zero can increase or decrease the mass of a volume of space-time when subjected to an electrical current. With a positive current, mass is increased. With a negative current, mass is decreased. The stronger the current, the greater the magnitude of the dark energy mass effect. In space, low-mass fields allow FTL travel and inexpensive surface-to-orbit transit. High-mass fields create artificial gravity and push space debris away from vessels. In manufacturing, low-mass fields permit the creation of evenly blended alloys, while high-mass compaction creates dense, sturdy construction materials. The military makes extensive use of mobility-enhancing technologies, with Mass Effect utilizing fighting vehicles standard frontline issue in most military forces. Mass Effect fields are also essential in the creation of kinetic barriers or shields to protect against enemy fire.
Okay, so the main thing they do is they increase or decrease mass, which is amazing, really. But that's basically all they do. Element zero does it. That's how they do electrical current. Okay. That's interesting. Very interesting. Shepherd's Locker. Why do I have a... What are these? And when did I get these? Excuse me? Tsunami 4 is amazing. 216 damage. Yes. Yes. 25% damage to organics. Yes. Shotgun, any better than mine? Nope. Pistols? Nope. Sniper, the Equalizer 4. Dude, 179 damage. 1.4 shots. Dude, this is so good. This is so good, dude. 25 damage in synthetics. That's fine. And this is just max accuracy, yeah, so it doesn't move around that much. Dude, these are some amazing guns that we've got. And first aid interface is fine until I get actual, you know, like I can actually read about them. And Earth-based electronics concern, Acanitech is best known for the high-grade Omni tools. Recently, they have branched out to develop a line of high-grade armor with enhanced ablative weave to provide extra protection. Great. And what about my sniper? His Equalizer. Now the smaller Turian, it's Turian weapons manufacturer, Hewlett Armory was given permission by the hierarchy to sell access units on the galactic market rather than trying to compete with high-end manufacturers. A line of basic level weapons. Basic. This thing is an amazing gun. What are you talking about? Basic. These are the sleep pods, right? Yeah. So if you're going for a long trip, you just sleep. So how many are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 8 people on board. That's it. That's obviously wrong. In actuality, because there's literally more people. I don't know. Maybe there are more sleep pods hidden away. Where does this go? Does it just go one floor up? Oh, it's going down. Oh, is this where my friends are? It is. Look at that. I have never been here before. In the vehicle bay and engine. Let's go to engineering first. Oh. Engineer Adams. Core charge status. Codex. Lots of new stuff. I never went on the elevator before. Oh wow. Planets and locations. Gagarian Station. Gagarian Station is the largest deep space station built by humanity. A Bernal sphere designed with a 500-meter diameter habitable area. It was constructed beyond Pluto, nearly 80 astronomical units, 12 billion kilometers from Sol. Moving crew and material to this location bankrupted most of the backers. Great. Gagarin was placed at the inner edge of the heliopause, the point at which the solar wind can no longer push back the interstellar medium. It was built to test a number of faster-than-light drive principles that theoretically could only occur in interstellar space. The station was nicknamed Jump Zero, as it was intended to be the jumping-off point for humanity's expansion into the galaxy. Shortly after the station was completed, the Prothean ruins were discovered on Mars, rendering the entire effort moot. Oh, that's great. After struggling to make a profit for a decade, Gagarin was sold to the Systems Alliance in 2159 for a fraction of its construction costs. The Alliance refurbished it as a research and training center for the recently discovered biotic phenomenon. In 2169, the biotic acclimation and training program was shut down and Gagarin became a general research facility. Its remote location and intentional isolation from the extranet markets makes it popular for dangerous research, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence. Humanity's first stable AI, the Alliance-sponsored ELIZA, achieved sapience at Agrarian in 2172. Today, Agrarian Station has a permanent population of approximately 9,000. A plan has been proposed to move it to the gravitationally stable Barry Center point between Pluto and the Charon Relay, allowing it to serve as a gateway facility between the Sol and Arcturus systems. The high cost of safely moving its mass has delayed this indefinitely. Okay. Ships and vehicles. Coastal planet, technology of space travel and surface mobility. FTL drive charge. As positive or negative current is passed through an FTL drive core, it acquires static electrical charge. Drives can be operated an average of 50 hours before they reach charge saturation. This change is proportional to the magnitude of mass reduction. A heavier or faster ship reaches saturation more quickly. If the charge is allowed to build, the core will discharge into the hull of the ship. All ungrounded crew members are fried to a crisp. All electronic systems are burnt out and metal bulkheads may be melted off and fused together. The safest way to discharge a core is to land it on a planet and establish a connection to the ground, like a lightning rod. Larger vessels like dreadnoughts cannot land and must discharge into a planetary magnetic field. The ship passes the charge from the drive core to the exterior armored hull and then drives into the magnetic field. As the hull discharges, sheets of lightning jump away into the field, creating beautiful auroral displays on the planet. The ship must retract its sensors and weapons while dumping charge to prevent damage, leaving it blind and helpless. Discharging at a moon with a weak magnetic field can take days. Discharging into the powerful field of a gas giant may require less than an hour. Deep space facilities such as Citadel often have special discharge facilities for visiting ships. Okay. So if these things get charged up, alright, that's dangerous, I guess. Biotics. I read this, right? The finest quality implants manufactured by the Asari artisans. Alliance was deployed significant step forward. Training. Biotic implants and amplifiers only provide the potential to create coherent mass effect fields. Whether biotics can actually do so is largely determined by their training. Biotics must develop conscious control over their nervous systems, sending specific electrical impulses to the element 0 modules embedded in their nerves. They are taught to use their implants and amps with biofeedback devices and physical mnemonics. Specific gestures or muscle movements fire the proper sequences of nerves to activate a certain skill. Conactix Industries pioneered biotic training with the Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training Program. Although BAT did not achieve the desired results, many techniques taught are still used today. Many human think tanks are trying to develop some form of biotic super soldier. Most are benign efforts to create more flexible troops. Others, less publicly known, are unapologetic attempts to create Night-Scene Superman. Let's read this again in case I haven't read it. Biotics manipulate mass effect fields using dozens of element 0 nodules within their nervous system that react to electrical stimuli from the brain. Amplifiers allow biotics to synchronize the nodules so they can form fields large and strong enough for practical use. Amplifiers can improve specific discipline or talent. An implant is a surgically embedded interface port into which amps are plugged in. On humans, the implant is usually placed at the base of the skull for convenient access. The user must be careful to keep it free of contaminants. Implant ports can fit a variety of amps, and there is a growing market for modifications and add-ons. The finest quality implants and amps are manufactured by Asari artisans, but the Alliance's L3 implants, first deployed in 2170, are a significant step forward. Okay, that's everything. Let's talk to Engineer Adams.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian tally?
She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Is she bothering you?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
She's useful.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Tell me about the stealth system. So yeah.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
We have a few hours only, so we are invisible.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate to FTL speeds.
So FTL gives us away.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
That's nice. So, personal questions.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy.
So Normandy's
my last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
Okay, tell me about the Normandy.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
Drive core?
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Okay, that's nice. So discharging for a ship like us means land. Right.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, Commander.
Okay, new stuff in the Codex. Ships and vehicles.
Faster than light, larger warships are generally classified in one of 4 weights. Frigates are small, fast ships used for scouting and screening of larger vessels. Frigates often operate in wolf-pack flotillas. Cruisers are middleweight combatants, faster than dreadnoughts and more heavily armed than frigates. Cruisers are the standard patrol unit and often lead frigate flotillas. Dreadnoughts are kilometer-long capital ships mounting heavy, long-range firepower. They are only deployed for the most vital missions. Carriers are dreadnought-sized vessels that also carry large numbers of fighters. Smaller vessels are almost exclusively used in a support role to the warships during combat. Fighters are one-man craft used to perform close-range attacks on enemy ships. Interceptors are one-man craft optimized for destroying opposing fighters.
Okay, so we are a frigate, right? We are a small fast ship for scouting and screening larger vessels. Okay. What about FTL drive?
Faster-than-light drives use element 0 cores to reduce the mass of the ship, allowing higher rates of acceleration. This effectively raises the speed of light within the mass effect field, allowing high-speed travel with negligible relativistic time dilation effects. Starships still require conventional thrusters, chemical rockets, commercial fusion torch, economy ion engine, or military anti-proton drive, in addition to the FTL drive core. With only a core, a ship has no motive power. The amount of ESO and power required for a drive increases exponentially to the mass being moved and the degree it is being lightened. Very massive ships or very high speeds are prohibitively expensive. If the field collapses while the ship is moving at faster than light speed, the effects are catastrophic. The ship is snapped back to sublight velocity, the enormous excess energy shed in the form of lethal Cherenkov radiation.
Okay, so it needs a simple drive to push us forward, but because we are so light, because of the faster than light drive, and element 0, it means we can move a lot faster, even at low speeds. So she's just a normal engineer, okay. Engineer Adams, and this is Tally.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
Ship special? Normally they're not. Ship special.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're into ships.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
That was 300 years ago, yeah.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Okay, tell me about Quarians.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Yeah, so the environmental suit they wear is because they live on sterile conditions. They can't survive outside like this because it's too dirty for them. Oh, give me a second. Okay, like what?
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child.
Well,
if our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point.
So you're trying to get...
Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed.
Okay.
In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
Okay, what's the Conclave?
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So you're democratic.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency.
In emergency, which they can just make up.
To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty. And they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts.
Wow.
It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
So it's pretty interesting. Anyway, we are going to continue investigating next time.
I should go.
See you later.
And we'll check the codex as well. But next time, okay? Bye-bye. See you next time, I guess. Yeah. A lot of people here. Talk to Tally, talk to everyone else, right? Next time. Goodbye.